Berlin security guard killed in apparent accidental shooting identified. The Berlin security guard, who was killed in an apparent accidental shooting on Tuesday morning, has been identified. The deceased man is Kevin Hunter, a member of the Jamaica Defense Force JDF Reserve. Hunter was reportedly fatally shot in the chest on the compound of Berlum's Blake Lane, headquarters in Kingston, by a man who is also employed at the security company. Reports are that about 11:15 a.m., Hunter was running towards one of the company's trucks in a bid to open the door for his co-worker. The co-worker, who was in the process of hoisting a Glock pistol, was reportedly trying to close the vehicle door when his finger caught on the trigger of the firearm, causing it to discharge a round, hitting Hunter in the upper chest. Hunter reportedly fell to the ground and was assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. The security company in a release confirmed the incident, adding that it is working close with the police in their investigation. At this time, we're working close with the police in their investigations and extend our sincere condolences to the family of our beloved team member, the release read. Woman in Negril fatal collision identified. The woman who died in a collision in Negril, Hanover, Tuesday afternoon has been identified. She was identified only as Sharon Donor of a Lucy address in the parish. Information surrounding the incident, which took place on the South Creek Main Road in Negril, remains limited at this time. However, the crash, which took place a few feet away from the Salt Creek River Bridge, involved two cars said to have been traveling in opposite directions. The deceased woman was reportedly traveling in a car that flipped on its top during the crash. A man who was said to be in the same vehicle received what appeared to be minor injuries. The driver of the other car was rushed to the Omega Private Hospital in Negril. Churches in violence-ridden Nannyville collaborating to restore peace. Members of the church community in Nannyville St. Andrew are collaborating in an effort to help quell the flare-up of violence in the area. On Sunday, members from several churches gathered for a mass prayer meeting in the violence-stricken community to pray for peace and the residents of the community. Kenrick Hill, pastor of the Pentecostal Tabernacle United Pentecostal Church, said while the assistance and work of the security forces are welcome, divine intervention is also needed. Let us pull forces together for the true enemy. The true enemy is the devil, and the only way to come against those factors is by other spiritual forces, by praying and asking God to reverse those curses, reverse that situation. So I'm appealing to us all. Let us follow peace with all men. Let us live peaceable in this community. Let's bring back the love in Nannyville. We have been having this peace for years now, so let's maintain the peace. Let's build back the love and unity, he urged. Pastor Hill added that the church members will also be engaged in one-on-one with residents, particularly young men and those involved in criminal activities. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for South East St. Andrew Julian Robinson said the gathering was necessary in a bid to restore order in the community. He said several activities and projects have halted in light of the flare-up of the violence. According to Robinson, it is imperative that the order can be maintained in the community without the sustained presence of the police. I think it's important that the police maintain strong presence in the community, which they have. I think that has helped to maintain the peace, but we know that the police can't stay in here forever because there are other communities that are affected by violence, and at some point, the police will have to move their resources elsewhere. While he commended the police for their continued help in trying to maintain peace, Mr. Robinson remained adamant that the community must develop a process where we can have peace without the police. A 48-hour curfew was imposed in sections of Nannyville on February 4 in response to a spate of murders and brutality in the area. Prior to that, the community was placed under curfew in January after two men were fatally shot in a gang conflict and a police officer seriously injured while the police team was responding to the incident. Negril businesses urge government to assist quickly with cleanup activities following bad weather. The business community in Negril, Westmoreland, is urging the government to quickly assist them with the cleanup activities along the country's coastline so that normalcy can be restored to business operations there. This as several businesses have still not fully reopened in the aftermath of the inclement weather which impacted Jamaica's north coast last week. A cold front accompanied by rain and strong winds impacted communities including Ochires, Montego Bay, and Negril. Several hotels and cruise ship piers were impacted. Speaking with reporters, Negril's Chamber of Commerce President Elaine Bradley noted that private businesses have been undertaking cleanup activities, but they need government's assistance. She said the cleanup is costly business, which significant sum, and as such, they need help. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who toured the affected area recently, said cleanup activities would have begun in short order. Mrs. Bradley said Mr. Holness has also promised that work on a new seawall will begin in 2 weeks.
Private business people are cleaning up their things. So they're doing their own cleaning up right now. Some of them are partially open. I was at Chirela yesterday, and their beach is partially open. But you walk along the 7-mile stretch of beach, and all you're hearing is excavators, because what they're doing, they're digging deep holes and burying the mountains. A heap of sargassum. Well, it's not sargassum, actually. It's literally seaweed, this is. All the business people that are privately cleaning up, and I'm talking small businesses mainly, it's costing them a fortune. And it would be nice if the government could come in and help them. So because don't forget, even though they might say tourism is booming, right now, some of their rooms have to be closed. Their dining room have to be closed. The waves came right up. It doesn't matter how wide your beach was. The waves has come up and wash out their dining room and everything like that. So all their tourists that they have there, some of them have gone to other places where they can use the beach, etc. And some of them are still there, but still inconvenient. So it's costing them to clean up. The private small businesses is costing them to clean up, but they're also losing in the sense that some of their guests are going elsewhere. So they need help.
Hospital dilemma. A plan to transfer more than 24 patients abandoned by their families at the 60-year-old Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital in Westmoreland to a neighboring infirmary have been on ice for several months, now due to technical challenges, which surfaced at the last minute according to Chief Executive Officer Camille Lewin. The 190-bed hospital, which serves the communities of Negril and Whitehouse and serves other parishes in the county of Cornwall except Trelawney, has been the subject of several media reports focusing on overcrowding there, which has been exacerbated by the presence of social patients, some whom were discharged as far as back as 2008. We have been trying with the infirmary next door to sort out something for us, but from July, we had to place plans to send over 10. That fell through. We were given a number of things to do, which we did, but they're still there. We are not daunted. We are trying other avenues to get them out, Lewin told reporters last week. What happened is, we were supposed to buy furniture, we bought the beds and lockers, and we were supposed to get them vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus. All of that was done, but the morning when they were supposed to go across, we were asked to stand down because there were some technical issues on their end to work out, Lewin explained. She said the hospital is in discussion with the leadership of the infirmary to see how quickly those difficulties can be resolved. At the same time, Lewin spoke to reporters. She had said the number of social patients totaling 29, but the number would no doubt increase. I guarantee you, by the end of this day, there will be more because it goes up in twos. As soon as you get one out, 2 more comes in, the CEO stated. Lewin told reporters that included in the current cohort were 6 patients who have been dropped off by relatives last December. She said those relatives have disappeared. She also said that in addition to relatives disappearing after dropping off patients, their homes have also vanished. Eventually, when the social workers go to where they live, relatives had already pulled down the house, so the patients have nowhere to go, Lewin stated. Providing a profile of the abandoned patients, Lewin said they were mostly males ranging in ages from 32 upwards. We have a few who are bedridden. We have schizophrenics. We have persons who just come and decided they are not going back home, she told reporters. She said in the meantime, the hospital's social worker has been working assiduously to get them rehabilitated. It's taking some effort, she added. In the meantime, Lewin said, the hospital has banked on the generosity of others to supply the needs of the abandoned patients. We rely on sponsorship. From time to time, we get donations. We have to provide them with everything, diapers, clothing, you name it. The fact is, we can't put them out because this would cause another problem, Lewin explained. Currently, the facility is the only Type B hospital in Western Jamaica. It provides a comprehensive range of medical, surgical, diagnostic, rehabilitative, and therapeutic services with a team of some 410 medical, administrative, and support staff. The hospital is one of 3 entities that would benefit from this year's Sigma Corporate 5K run scheduled for February 18. Second MOU signed to continue restorative practices in schools. The Ministry of Justice, through the Restorative Justice RJ branch of the Social Justice Division, on Monday signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Ministry of Education and Youth through its Safety and Security in Schools unit to facilitate continued delivery of restorative practice RP training in schools across the island. The MOU was first signed on May 3, 2002. RP training equips staff, students, and parents with conflict resolution skills by using a set of principles which work for a preventative perspective, showing how to repair and build trusting and respectful relationship among parents, students, and staff. Since 2022, more than 12,000 participants have benefited from restorative practice training. We have a strong and powerful tool to resolve conflict. Over the last 8 years, we have been able to not only train 400 facilitators, but we have sensitized thousands of persons on restorative justice, Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck said at the signing ceremony. He also indicated that court referral to the RP program have maintained a high success rate. All the courts now refer matters to restorative justice. When a matter comes from the court, there is a 90% success rate, and when a matter is referred from the community, there is an 80% success rate, he added. We want to sensitize as many of the classrooms in restorative justice and to urge the children who know of any conflict among the students to inform an RJ facilitator to get the pending dispute resolved, Chuck added. Minister of Education and Youth Favor Williams said more than 500 public schools will be targeted under the upcoming program scheduled for April 2024 to March 2026. This number will account for approximately 50% of the public schools across Jamaica. Williams added, "We hope to see more stakeholders, including our deans of discipline, guidance counselors, school nurses, health and family life educators, parents, students, and the wider community come together to provide the support needed. The importance of restorative justice cannot be overstated, and the program remains necessary given the space of conflict among students." The RP training includes 2 days workshop delivered by restorative justice professionals with corresponding material shared with participants who are subsequently certified. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.